It just takes a little bit to get it started.
Okay, Dan says he's recording now. He can't hear us, though.
It's okay. You can watch later.
Yep.
So who else recording tonight? Who else presenting tonight?
I think it was going to be you and Dan, because Mark, you said you had to move yours, right?
Correct. Yeah, I need to move mine.
Okay, this may be a short meeting.
So it's all you, Jan.
It's all me. Ta-da!
Yep.
All right, I'm going to share my screen. Screen, share.
I'm going to mute.
Are we on there?
Yep.
Okay, slideshows. Tonight we're covering videos, audios, and Canvas. Video tags are new to HTML5. They follow similar format to image tags in that you start with the video and then you add the width and the height. Controls at the end of the tag actually is the bar underneath the video that has the stop, the pause, the play, the length that it's going for, if it's closed captions or any other information. Underneath that, you have a source tag with the source URL and the type of video it is. Whether it's an MP4 or an OGG. We'll cover a little more on that. It recommends that you put a comment underneath all of that, so that if anybody is working with a previous or an older browser, instead of getting the video, they'll actually get this comment that says their browser doesn't work with the video tag, so they can't watch the video.
So it'll cycle through the different formats, and if none of them work, it hits that comment and shows it?
No, you have to specify the type of format that it is.
Oh, okay.
Can you specify all the formats so it doesn't crash like that, do you think?
It won't. The video tag is new to HTML5. So if the browser can't read HTML5 or can't function the video tag, it'll get the comment instead of the video. Who's sending that messages?
Oh, it's Dan saying he's not remoted in anymore, so he's not seeing the video. So he says to let him know if anything happens to the call.
Okay. Like in the image tag, if you specify only the width or only the height, the browser will automatically calculate the rest of it. You don't have to put them both in. Whoops.
Can you do that with CSS, or does it have to be done inline like that? Like the height and that kind of thing? Or the width?
That part I think has to be in the tag.
Okay.
Like if you format a div, and you want to format the div to be so wide or something, you could do it that way. And then,
but the actual video itself needs to be in the video tag.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as I understand it. Browser comment. I explained that. Okay, 3 formats are usable in HTML5. They are MP4, WebM, and OGG. Not all the formats work on all browsers. So we have this nice little chart that shows us which ones work where.
And so it's good practice to include a version of each of those in your video tag, like a source that is MP4 and WebM.
Well, the MP4s works on all of them.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. So that's really all you need then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you don't have an MP4, you've got the other ones, then you just know that you're limited to what can read them.
Okay.
Okay. There's other attributes. I haven't played with these yet, such as autoplay, controls we've already talked about. Height loop will let the video continue over every time it reaches the end. Muted means that the audio is not playing, just the video. Poster, I'm not sure what that one does. Specifies an image to show. Oh, that's an image while the video is downloading. Then you have preload, source, and width we talked about already. Okay, hang on just a second. Okay, and this is what happens with the video tags. This is a long one. But I particularly like the end of this. As he closes the door shut. And there's you'll see the control down here.
So just putting that word in there pops all that in there for you.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so back to PowerPoint. Audio tags. Audio tags are very similar to video tags. You have the audio, the controls. They only work for audio, though. Source is exactly the same. And again, they have the comment on there, although audio is not a new tag. So several of the older browsers do have it. They can, yeah, audio tags supported with MP3, WAV, and OGG. Again, not all formats work on every browser. When they talk about MIME formats, this is where you put the type in, where it says audio. It would be audio/MPEG or audio/OGG or audio/WAV. And you can see there's this similar. The OGG still has the issue with most of them, but in Internet Explorer has always been a complicated problem.
Always.
Most of the attributes are the same as in the videos. And we'll get to tracking in a minute. And there's our audio. You guys can listen to that if you want. It's on my webpage.
Haven't heard that for a while.
So the controls on that one
It's
puts
one
the
of my
download in there too? Like that's all part of the controls there with the download?
I'm not sure if that, I don't know that that's a download or something else. It looks like a download symbol. I would think it's a download, but
Does it not do
was
anything?
not specific as what that is.
Okay.
Okay. Tracking. Tracking is also new to HTML5 and most often is used to show closed caption files. So if you want to watch Star Wars and you want to view the closed caption files, you would use the track element. It falls in there right underneath the source code. And it follows the exact same formattings where you have the source URL for the file. In this particular case, the kind is subtitles or captions is the other one. Source language is English, EN, or EN-US. And then you got label is English. If the kind is subtitles, the language has to be specified. We did note that one.
But if it's captions, it does not have to be specified?
As far as I understand it, yeah.
Okay.
If your language is not English and you don't know the code that it is, you could go to this website right here. And they've got a list of all 125 languages that are supported. Okay, you have, also works for audio files. Below is a list of the attributes for the track element and what they do. And you'll see under kind, you've got captions and subtitles. And then there's chapters, descriptions, and metadata. I haven't played with the other ones.
Hey, Jan, go back. Where do you put the code in for this? Is it inside the video?
Yes, it's inside the video tags.
Okay. So you do the source, the track. And so basically inside those video tags, you can put all the different elements in a row like that.
Yes.
Okay, I see. That's kind of cool. That's the neat thing about HTML5 is it's more, driven by words. It's a little bit easier to understand. Video open and close.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
And Olan and I were working on tracking today. My question that I had, Tiff, with it was that I was trying to get the closed captioning to work off of my computer before I uploaded it, and it wouldn't process it.
On a local, like on locally?
Right, on a local. Okay. As soon as I uploaded it to the website, it worked fine.
Okay, so did you have to do the closed captioning yourself, or were you able to find the track somewhere online? Like, how does that get made?
Well, Olan has one that he actually made the closed caption file. I happened to pick a video that I had a closed caption file.
Okay.
They come in two kinds. They come in SRT files and they come in VTT files or web VTT. Web VTT is recommended for posting it online, and the SRT is recommended for like DVDs.
Okay.
There is a way to use JavaScript to make it process the SRT, but I was unsuccessful with that.
Okay.
Why do you think it was unsuccessful?
I'm not sure. And here we can close out the audio, and you can see it's got the
That's cool.
The closed captioning with it.
Cool.
Or you can keep the audio on and still.
That's how my kids watch things. It drives me nuts. When it's in English and they've got captions on. Like, good grief.
My kids did it when they were learning Spanish in school.
Yeah, no, it's good for that.
Well, they would put the Disney films on because they'd know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
They would put it on in the language they were listening to and then watch the closed captioning to understand what was being said.
So I'm just curious on the file for the closed caption. Is that a separate actual file from the video itself, or is that built into the video and you're just pulling the feed?
No, it's a separate file.
Okay, so you got to know what it looks like.
So that video tag pops it in over top of the video source then?
Right.
That's cool.
Hang on, give me a second and I will.
I see it there.
Where I have this. No. You're down in NetBeans still because I'm still playing with this. 261. Nope, I was in the right spot there. Edit with Notepad. Tracking. It's right here. The video is Librarian Season 1, Episode 1, MP4.
Okay.
And the subtitles, I have the same name, but it's a .vtt.
And so you upload that to your, like, to a folder in your website, or? Okay.
I'm surprised they don't do it a .cc as closed caption.
That would make more sense,
Like a VCC or something like that. I'm sure there's a reason.
I don't know what it is, but that's the way it is. So, okay. Any more questions about audios, videos?
No, did a good job.
Okay. Canvas. When you use a div and you're trying to put a graphic into it, the divs don't readjust. So HTML5 authors came up with Canvas. It works just like a div, but it's a different word, and made to handle graphics. So the container will not only hold the graphic, it will readjust to the size of the graphic.
Oh.
The graphics are generally drawn with JavaScript. Canvas has two attributes, height and width, both in pixels, and uses the ID element to identify itself. So you've got, in the example, we've got ID canvas, or my canvas has a height and a width specified. I happen to put a border around it, and then you can add your browser does not support HTML5 canvas because the older browsers will not process it. And then in the script section, I used the document get element by ID, specified the my canvas. There's a context it's get context 2D, 2 dimensions, and it's built into HTML5. That's a function of HTML5. CTX, I have the begin. You're basically just
so those are
drawing
all
a rectangle.
Those are all shipped with JavaScript functions. They're not ones we have to worry about defining and stuff.
The beginning part, the get context 2D, 3D, whatever it happens to be.
Mm-hmm.
And the begin path are part of the HTML5. You don't have to worry about coding these. So if I took that one, that would be the result.
Oh.
I know, all that for a circle.
And so then can you make it draw it slowly, like so you can actually see it drawing in the canvas, like with the CSS transition or something?
I would imagine there's a way to do that, but I didn't get that deep into it.
That would be really cool.
And then that's the one that I did for our example.
So with the gradient, you used JavaScript in there, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay.
There's the script for it.
Cool.
And of course, you can make that as large or as small as you want.
So, Jan, if you put that script in its own file, in a JavaScript file, could you call that into it? Would it work well?
Yeah, it should work fine.
Because you want to make that something you can use in a bunch of different areas. It should
well, as long as you're using the ID tags correctly, it shouldn't be a problem. And of course, you want your variables to be specific to that particular object. But yeah, as long as you're linking up a script file, it should work the same way.
Okay.
Okay. And all of these tags are affected and can be used by JavaScript events and DOM manipulations. JavaScript has several things that you can do with these. Most common one that they say are buttons or on clicks. I'm going to be playing with that button one a little bit later to see if I can't have a button there and then you click on it, and when you click on it, the screen of whatever else that is will take its place. So I'm going to play with that, see if it works. But there's an entire list of DOM and JavaScript events at the W3 schools.
Cool.
And that's all I have.
Nice, good. Good job.
Nice job.
Thank you. Like I said, it'll be a short lesson today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was looking at the the JavaScript events and the DOM manipulations, and I'm telling you, there's got to be over 200 ways to do it. A good way to get confused.
Yeah. DOM is huge. A lot to
The
learn.
more I look at it, the more I get confused, though. That's not good.
I think what that's all about is just, when you have a need, you're likely to find it within some sort of object within DOM. And that's where you go in and start looking around and trying to research it and find it. And then you'll find that function or that particular object and you can plug it in. So, and I think you slowly learn it over time, but there's no way to tackle that. That's a long process.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's somewhere like a top 10 beginner DOM, like the top 10 to learn or something like that when you're just learning.
Well, when I was playing with it, last week, was it last week I presented on that? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But when I was kind of playing around with that and jumping around back and forth through it, I think it's really, you look at the structure of how your format will be within a given web page. And, that's where some of it's JavaScript and another HTML. You just got to figure out what part you're really working with and then go into that area. So whether you're dealing with JavaScript or whether you're dealing with CSS, it all has DOM effect to it. And you just got to find out which one, because they're all there listed. And you can see, kind of like what you did today, Jan, there's probably stuff even more built into the video and tracking and all that kind of stuff, I would imagine. That's DOM based also. That can enhance what you did. It's just really way beyond what I understand.
It would probably take 2 or 3 semesters to get it down. And even then, you'd only be scratching the surface.
It'd take me 2 or 3 lifetimes to get that down. I'm working on the first one here, so we'll see.
Well, that's why Brother James graded my last submission, and he says extra points for DOM uses in JSON, and I'm like, I used those?
Yeah. Yeah, he did that to me too. And I was like, oh, now I got to find out what they are so I know where I used them so I can.
Yeah, I don't know what I did. I qualified.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
Figure that one out.
I do think we used some of that stuff in the past. We just didn't really realize what we were doing, or at least me. I've used some of it. But this is becoming more revealing as we get into each of these different segments that we're training on or learning. It's kind of interesting how they're there. I just wasn't aware of it. And so it makes me more curious what's really out there. I think that's what's really good about this.
Yeah. I did notice that some of our Java was considered DOM.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From last semester.
Yeah. There's a number of things in there, and I'm like, I remember that from Java. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it gets around.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I have to present on is JSON or Jason or whatever you call that.
Yeah.
And I barely looked at it, and I'm thinking, okay, what the heck is JSON? Because I understand it's moving data from, server to whatever, back and forth, and you're reformatting text, but why in the world would you want to even do that? I don't get that part. So I have to understand it more, obviously, before I present. But
yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
We could probably tell Chuck to stop recording, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably. It's echoing from everywhere.
Yeah.
There we go. So are you guys finding that each of the classes are starting to blend together more and more?
Oh my gosh, I'm taking 336 right now, the web backend development,
Uh-huh.
and the PHP is blending with my JavaScript, and yeah, but I spent more time today on one of my things than I needed to before I realized I had mixed in languages that just don't work together, and that was why it was working.
What wasn't working together?
Well, you cannot JavaScript doesn't work with the database the way PHP does, like pulling information out of a query. And
Oh.
I mostly had it right, but I think where I'm getting tripped up is more on the PHP lines and getting all the little punctuation type things right, rather than doing them like I would in JavaScript, because you have to. It's almost the same but different, with where you put double and single quotes and brackets. And, yeah.
Right.
But on the other hand, a lot of things are the same, like the way, arrays and that kind of thing, the way you use them. So I think that's why I get so mixed up. Is so much is the same, and then not all of it.
I'm trying to think of what we did in 336. It feels like a century ago, but what are you doing in 336? Are you building a program? What was it again?
It's a responsive website, so you've got to have like a SQL database going on.
That's right.
Yeah, which is great because I was in the middle of building a new website for something that my mom's doing that I kept thinking, if I had a better understanding of how, from the ground up, the database, I know how to use one, but as far as like the ground up, and loading it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then this class came along and I'm like, hey, that works for what I was trying to do. So.
Yeah, I just got done with the Oracle class.